Let me ask you something. If you go to the gym for 1 hour today, does that cancel out 10 hours of sitting? Most people think yes. And that belief? It might be quietly costing you 6 figures over your lifetime. Stay with me. I'm going to show you the math. You wake up, you sit in traffic, you sit in class, or at work. You sit while eating, you sit while scrolling, then you work out for 45 minutes. And mentally, you check the box. I'm healthy. That's literally most people watching this. But here's what most people don't realize. Sitting isn't the opposite of exercise. It's its own independent risk factor. And this is where things start to get uncomfortable. A large meta-analysis published in The Lancet found prolonged sitting increases the risk of cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes, even in people who exercise regularly. Let that sink in. Even if you work out. Another study in Annals of Internal Medicine tracked over 7,000 adults. The ones who sat the longest had significantly higher risk of early death. Gym or no gym. So if exercise doesn't cancel sitting, what actually happens inside your body? This is where it gets really interesting. After just a few hours of uninterrupted sitting, fat-burning enzyme activity drops dramatically. Insulin sensitivity declines. Your body becomes worse at managing blood sugar. Within hours, not years, hours. And I haven't even talked about the financial cost yet. The average annual medical cost for someone with diabetes in the US is roughly $9,600. Over 20 years, that's about $192,000. Add cardiovascular complications, you're easily over $250,000 in lifetime medical expenses from something that feels harmless. Now here's the part that surprises almost everyone. The damage isn't dramatic, it's microscopic. And microscopic damage compounds. Standing burns about 0.15 more calories per minute than sitting. That sounds insignificant. But let's run it. 9 calories per hour, 72 per workday, 18,000 per year. That's about 5 pounds of fat per year. From posture. Over 10 years, potentially 50 pounds. Not because you lack discipline, because you lack movement frequency. And this is exactly how money works. $5 invested daily at 8% becomes over $200,000 in 30 years. 70 excess calories daily becomes metabolic debt. Slow, silent, compounding. Now here's the real reason this happens. Exercise feels productive. Sitting feels neutral. Your brain rewards effort, but it ignores exposure time. This is called the compensation effect. I worked out. I earned this. Earned the chair. Earned the dessert. Earned the scrolling. We do the same thing with money. We save once, then overspend emotionally. Health and finance follow the same mental traps, and this next part is something almost nobody talks about. Sedentary time has been linked to increased fatigue and reduced cognitive performance. Energy is economic leverage. If improved movement increases your productivity by just 5%. On a $40,000 salary, that's $2,000 per year. Over 30 years, $60,000. From sharper thinking alone. Reduced circulation lowers oxygen delivery. Lower oxygen lowers output. Subtle. But subtle compounds. And this is where most people object. You might be thinking, but Warner, I train hard. If you exercise 1 hour per day, that's 4% of your day. The other 96% still exists. Exercise is a deposit. Movement is cash flow. You need both. So, what's the fix? It's simpler than you think. Every 30 minutes, stand or move for 30 to 60 seconds. Walk 10 minutes after meals. Attach movement to habits you already have. Aim for 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day. Not for aesthetics. For metabolic protection. Small friction changes beat motivation speeches. And I'll tell you something personal. When I tracked my own steps, I averaged 4,200 per day, even while training 5 times per week. That was my wake-up call. When I increased to 9,000, energy stabilized, cravings dropped, focus improved, and I made better financial decisions. Because tired brains spend emotion. Look, you can't outtrain 10 hours of stillness. Health isn't a weekly deposit system. It's daily metabolic cash flow. If you fix this early, the compounding return is enormous. More energy, lower medical expenses, higher earning potential, better decision-making. Your most valuable asset isn't your portfolio. It's your metabolism. Protect it. Move more, not dramatically, consistently. And remember, the invisible costs, they're the ones that bankrupt you slowly. I'll see you in the next one.